Kia ora. Welcome to back in Ohio Ramble on Saturday, the whatever the day it is, 13th I think. Lost track there for a bit. Only had one coffee this morning, so there you go. So we made it back to Ohio and there was a lot of sleep, needless to say. I posted up all the previous rambles, which is really, oh gosh, we have lots of tromboncinos. I can see them, all the fruit already. I'm going to have to go and deal to those later, I guess. The trip to, just to summarise, the trip to Tennessee was highly successful. So we, Dawn's in the throes of working out what video footage to kind of drop up, because we've got a lot of it. And I just wanted to point out, that the purpose of these rambles was just to, for me at least, was to get through or work through. I was going to say social anxiety, but it's a bit of a crock. It's really just, not comfortable kind of doing this video format. But it's something that I need to get used to, because we're going to be doing some things and the things that others have done as well, but more knowledge is more experience is more our power. So we shall see how we go. So this is definitely an amateur thing, but we figured some people might like to see how things kind of work out from start to, well, I was going to say finish, but it's always going to be an ongoing project. But basically, through the different phases of what we're planning to do. So I'd like to say phase 0 is complete. Phase 0 is the excavation of the initial home site, of the initial temporary home site car park. We did not bother doing the cut for the home at this stage, though it was all cleared out. We did do a little bit of digging into the soil. It turned out that the excavation was a lot easier. We didn't strike any major hurdles. The driveway is pretty accessible, a little steeper than we like. There is some rock there that we may need to do something with later. We'll have to see how that works out. So I'm not quite sure how we're going to deal with that, whether we put the driveway in slightly or differently or alternatively, but for now it works. I don't think any vehicles are going to get the bottom scraped out or anything like that, so it's going to be just going to be a thing. The low area was kind of excavated a little differently from what I envisaged, at least anyway, but that's okay. That's just directions and instructions, and but the bottom line is it worked out, so kind of happy with that. So phase 0 is technically complete. We've got a couple of months before we're aiming to move, so we move into phase 1. And I guess with phase 1, I'm kind of aiming to, excuse me, bright out here. I guess, what am I rambling on about this morning? I haven't really got my thoughts together. All right, so phase 1 is pretty much getting the move done, the initial move. We are not going to be, probably selling the Ohio property until next year, because there's just a lot to do to get it all ready to sell, and we don't tend to be pushing this place for the highest price we can squeeze out for it, and property prices are starting to fall again now anyway. And there is some work to do on the place, so we'll do what we can, and we'll basically what is reasonable, and then we'll negotiate from there. So someone will probably get a pretty good price for it, and we're not super fussy. So when we actually bought this property, we actually bought it right at the bottom of the last major property dip. So we're not going to be losing money for sure. Wow, that is bright. That's incredible. Really bright this morning. Going to stand in some shade, I think. There we go. So phase 1 is really kind of where it's at. And this is the 54th ramble consecutively. So I honestly didn't think I'd make it past 20. So yeah, okay. So we're in that place where I think I probably need to change the format slightly. So I'm not sure if anyone is actually even bothering watching these. Feel free to put some comments down if you think they're worthwhile pursuing in a morning format. What I would like to do, and that takes a little more time, energy, and effort, is to, and maybe I might do this as a weekly thing, is to kind of collect all my links and some of the research that I do throughout the week on various topics, and maybe start sharing that. And this will be, links to other people's sites and particular videos and other stuff on the internet, and overlaid with my own notes and thoughts. So if that's something that anyone thinks is worth the time of day, let me know. Again in the comments, so that I can plan something around that. Wow, that was a noisy rooster. So we're basically moving into phase 1. So a lot to do, and those plans, I guess, will be kind of revealed moving forward, along with what we're doing with the freeze dryer and some other stuff as well. But right now it's kind of recovering from Tennessee. Well, not recovering from Tennessee, it was great. We were highly excited and motivated and energized, and I think this is just the day back, or the first kind of full day back, because Friday was really a bit of a wash. So we're kind of going, what now? And we'll just play that by ear. So yeah, thank you all for sticking around through 50 odd videos. Dawn is, I'm not sure when she's going to get the footage ready, but and it's not going to be super exciting with Sasquatch and Yetis and things jumping out of the woods. My God, we found the Tennessee Yeti. But I think it'll be an interesting set of videos as we move forwards, and as a catalogue to be able to look back and go, okay, well, this started looking like this, and then it went to this, and then went to this, and some of the other stuff that we're kind of doing as well will hopefully be motivational, which is the point, for others to go, oh, well, okay, it's a lot of work, but if I wanted to, I could do that. For older people like me, who's on the wrong side of the mid 50s and pushing well into the 60s, or towards 60s in a rush, I'll be 60 at the end of this current 3 to 5 year plan. I call it 3 to 5 year plan because it's actually a 5 year plan, but I like to review it in 3. This will probably be reviewed in 4 because of it took us a while to get the land and stuff. But I align those 5 year plans roughly with my 5 year birthday year. So this 5 year plan finishes in a bit over 3 years, I guess, when I turn 60, or a bit after I turn 60, which will be in 2030, unless the powers that be decide they're going to push shiny red buttons. Who knows? But anyway, it is a very noisy cicada. The plan is to basically just start pushing forward now at pace. So we shall see whether we make it down to Tennessee before the next Self-Reliance Festival at the beginning of October, 1st and 2nd of October. I like to think that we will, but again, there's a lot that has to be done, and we'll be pumping a lot of money into things like solar and stuff. So there's a bit of extra stuff that we need to liquidate to kind of make sure that we've got cash reserves for emergencies and stuff, just in case unknowns. But all in all, looking good. So yeah, interesting. Side note. So I'll wander back, hopefully without killing the video. I think I'm going to. I was chatting with the power company guys, local power company guys who turned up because they happen to know our contractor, because everybody knows everybody down there. I was saying, yeah. And they're saying, what are you guys going to do for power? I said, well, we're going to put solar in. And they're like, oh, yeah. And it's like, I said, yeah, because we reached out to you guys to get a quote to put the power lines down to the property, and they said it'll probably be about 10k, and they said, yeah, that'll probably be about right. And then they said, well, and it'll probably be about 10k to get to get the power up to your property on top of that. So I was like, 20k, all right, okay, good. We're definitely going to go off grid. that was kind of the real clincher, because it sounds like they're actually going to put power poles eventually down along the road, but when, who knows? I'm not going to make plans on nebulous unknown schedules. So I don't know. Anyways, overly long ramble. Back to it. A little more refocusing required today as we make sure that things were working while we were away, which looks like they have been. Kids did a good job. All right, take care. Kia ora. Chat again tomorrow. Bye.